Good evening, everybody. How's everyone doing tonight?
All right.
Well, doing great. Happy to be here.
I gotta say, Anjanette always does amazing AI videos. Seriously.
She has a talent.
Yeah, she's the best at this. So thanks for everyone joining. Thanks for seeing everyone in the chat. Tonight we are doing episode 2 of sorry, how's my lighting?
Looks good to me.
Good.
Okay.
You're fine. You're fine.
Okay.
We can see you.
Look, it could be much.
Hey Lex, if I turn off the light, you couldn't see me.
Ooh.
Jokes right ourselves.
Just got to smile.
Thanks for joining us for episode 2 of our love for the prequels. Something that we were tossing around talking about because we love the prequels so much. And of course, we all know what happened last week with Kathleen Kennedy.
So sad.
Yeah, so sad, but it's not going to affect still what Lucas film is going to do. But just want to do some introductions. Cornboy, how you doing?
Excellent, man. We had a great stream together last night with Jay on Isaac's show, and I'm looking forward to a spirited debate about the second best trilogy of the Star Wars franchise.
Awesome. and as for Isaac's stream, we got he got to over 500 subs. So so that's awesome.
I'm very
I sent in a nice little super chat to Jay this morning on his stream. So thanks for doing that. So
awesome.
Great. Ronan, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Cole Hauser. Hello, everybody. Y'all know who I am. I'm Ronan the Crusader, and we're here to discuss again about the prequel trilogy of Star Wars and why Attack of the Clones is, for some reason, Isaac's favorite.
Awesome. Lex, how you doing?
This is weird. I'm usually the last person introduced. And it's on purpose. He knows. I'm doing great. Last night was a fantastic stream. Golden Age podcast gets better every week.
Yes,
if you're tuning into this and you haven't been tuning into that, you should. Speaking of people with terrible taste, though, I'm so happy to be here to discuss all the reasons why Isaac is wrong. And also make fun of Kathleen Kennedy, too, because
awesome.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Well, that we can all agree on.
Isaac, how you doing?
Doing very well. Very well. Happy as a result of yesterday. It's been a good day today. And I'm glad to be here to discuss the superior Star Wars trilogy of the 2. There's only 2 Star Wars trilogies. 6 movies, no more, no less. But I'm glad to be here to discuss the superior 3. So looking forward to it. And happy Chell could join us, too. That's a good surprise.
Yeah.
So good to see you here, man.
Awesome. Chell, introduce yourself.
Yep, I'm Chell. I don't really stream very often, so you probably haven't seen me do much except play Mario Kart with Cornboy and the G&G people. But yeah, I'm just here to talk Star Wars, and I just got off work today, so I'm good to go.
Awesome. So I guess we'll start because what happened last week was I saw some of the AI videos have been just fantastic. Just levels above what Disney Star Wars could do. Actually doing actual stories. So I sent you guys all the one with Jango Fett in the Clone Wars, which I just thought it was phenomenal. So I'm just gonna bring that up.
That's the type of stuff I've wanted to see since I was a kid. It's finally seeing it.
They can only make a certain length, but really a movie is just scenes of a certain length. So you could stitch together anything with this technology.
Exactly.
Get a big enough crew together of fans that work together. It could be huge.
one of the things I do like about it is the fact that because it can only be a certain length, it very easily leaves you wanting more rather than feeling like, wow, that was a little bit much. It's like you leave the audience wanting more of that, and that's a good spot to be.
Like what trailers are supposed to be,
right?
Yeah.
Lengthwise, it gives me the feeling of early '90s video game cutscenes. Right now, the length of them anyway.
Like full motion video kind of stuff that you would see on
Exactly.
Right.
Sorry, I'm just trying to fix this video. Can you guys can all
Yep.
see it?
I
We
can
can
no,
see
yeah,
it.
we
Yep, we
still
see
see it on the
Django and the
screen.
line of clones. Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, this will
Let
be
me
new
just-
to me because I didn't get to see this one yet.
Let me just.
Yeah, this channel's blown up Star Wars Tales Untold. Them and Skywalker stories I've been watching a lot of.
Yeah.
There's another one. I saw
Oops.
the thumbnail, but I haven't had the chance to watch it yet. But it looks like it's like the Battle of Hoth, but from the perspective of a snowtrooper on the ground. Like, and that one I really want to check out too, because that'll be probably amazing.
Gotta
You
see
were
that.
not made to be like other men.
Sounds good.
You guys can hear it?
Audio.
Yes.
We could hear it when it's unmuted. Yep.
Oh, sorry.
Before strength.
Let
You
me-
will
Might wanna
learn
turn it down,
obedience
like, a
before
bit.
glory.
Yep.
You will
Perfect.
fight as one. Think for yourselves and stand when others fall. Remember this. You exist to finish the mission. Nothing else matters.
Odd that they look different, though.
They do vary a little bit.
Hey, what do we got tomorrow? Wake cycle at 05. Conditioning. Then blaster practice. Again? Yeah. Then tactics. I hate tactics.
Looks like a CAT scan,
Everyone
dude.
hates
A little
tactics.
bit. They're
And
sleeping.
after that,
So the thing is, you watch it and you know
Hand-to-hand.
that it is AI because obviously with the face movement and everything, especially in some of the later clips, you can tell. But even putting that aside, the fact that AI is actually getting to such an advanced degree that it looks almost indistinguishable from like an actual film. It's equal levels amazing and terrifying because it's like looking at it from the perspective of like being a person that makes film. Because me, I absolutely love film. One of the things I wanted to do before getting into content creation was actually go to school for film, right? And I love the craft of it.
Mhm.
I just hate the fact that it's run by a bunch of sycophantic communist retards nowadays.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
So-
Well, I mean,
Oop, go
yeah,
ahead.
the fact that the AI looks as good as the CGI of the time that when they film these is remarkable.
No, that's exactly what I mean. It's like it fits it really well, and it's surprising how rapidly AI is actually advancing. So for me, on one hand, it's like it's a little upsetting that this is kind of the step we're going towards, but on the other hand, I really don't mind so long as it actually cuts a hole into Hollywood's pocket, slowly but surely, obviously. But honestly, at this point, Hollywood needs the genuine competition.
But I go back and I look. Okay, so watching Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, you look at the effects that they did back then compared to what they did. And I'm just going back to the original trilogy, and then you look at what the sequel trilogy did. The effects were just trash. They were not good at all. I did not see anything where it just it blew my mind. But
Well, you couldn't
when
have
watch-
a Muppet Yoda doing the things he did, though. So
No, I
No.
get that, but then when you go to the prequels, it was far superior back then compared to you figure technology should have been vastly improved like
I would-
100%.
I would also say, Cole Hauser, too, it's not just the quality of the special effects in the sequels, it's the lack of aesthetic. That's what the prequels and the OT had. They had aesthetic. It felt lived in. It felt worn and torn. It felt almost real for what it is, where the sequels just felt like clean-cut Disney, cookie-cutter, clean, polished. It didn't have that lived-in feel like Star Wars
Yeah.
did.
Plus,
Disney was
the prequels were made by originators of the tech, designed
Yes.
to make this stuff.
Mhm.
The people they got working there now are just using it as tools and not very well, apparently.
And they're not passionate about it like
Yeah.
like they were back in the day. Yeah.
That's the
Oh,
biggest
no.
part.
And you can tell there's no passion in it.
Yeah.
Or it's fake passion.
Combat. Then simulations.
I
Like,
can hear
this
the
is cool when
Battlefront 2 quote, just like in the simulation.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, this is a story what I wanted. You know,
Yes.
for Clone Wars. And I would rather have this than a whole bunch of Jedi running around.
Honestly, this would have been a much. If you're gonna make a Star Wars story that's called The Clone Wars, it really should be about the clones themselves, especially considering you have a bunch of memorable clone characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Want to buy
Oops.
rare
Uh-oh.
Pokemon cards? The best
Get out of here,
one.
weebs.
Gotta use brave.
So says the weeb right here.
These clones were not selected for strength.
Look how good the
Then
Clone
why
Wars
are
yeah.
they here?
The Camino win
They
actually looks
adapt
pretty good.
faster
Camino,
than the
yeah.
others.
the voice is spot on.
They learn without repetition. When corrected, they do not hesitate. They adjust. They anticipate failure. Not their own, but their units. These clones resemble you more closely than the rest.
Then they'll need more than standard training.
That is why we chose you.
Like, this is
Oh,
so
that's
good.
cool.
It's
Yeah.
it's really impressive, honestly.
Like, we never got to see clone training in live action ever.
Yeah.
Mm.
So are they saying then the early clones we saw in
top
this
of this
were
mountain
not
is
his
a flag.
clones?
They were, but they're
Your objective is
specialized.
to
They're
capture
they're basically going
100 members from the cold assault.
sorry. They're basically going to be was it
Elite.
Alpha 17 is training them. So my best guess is they're the clone commanders, Commander Cody, Commander Green, Oddball. They're going to be the best of the best. The clone marshals, because that's who
Yep.
they were.
Well, you can have varying quality of cloning, and so they probably invested way more time and resources into these
Naturally.
particular ones. And I would assume probably they don't have the aging that the others do. Probably they might age normally. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, depending on what canon you go with. There's also the ARC troopers, which are like the best of the best. I think Cody and who else was one, and then there's also the clone commandos too, which are
Yeah.
the separate set that had the separate armor. Those are also specialized, and I think they were trained by Mandalorians and whatnot.
A full Xbox
so-
game.
Plus, you also got the Coruscant Guard as well too, who would be
Yep.
highly trained to be able to handle urban combat, considering that it would be in Coruscant that they would defend.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We saw that in Tartakovsky Clone Wars a lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Division are currently stationed all over the training grounds, and they will defend it. These stun guns won't kill you, but they have been designed to give you immense pain. Trust me, you do not want to get hit by one of these. You might be
It
the
just
elite,
looks exceptional.
but do not underestimate the risks of being outnumbered.
We won't be able to take them all down, so one of us must get to the flag while the others distract the enemy. You'll split up in two groups. Alpha 17, you're the one I want to send to retrieve the flag. Group 1 in position. 2 in position. Enemy in sight. Open fire on my command. Copy that. Fire. Group 4, how many did you get? We have 6 here. We got 3 of them. Well, then there must be one missing.
how am I feeling so much more emotional depth from this?
I know,
honestly?
It's just so engaging.
Like the music makes the scene very solid. Like, yes, again, the action you can still tell it's like AI, but it's vastly improved.
You see why Hollywood wants to replace this with their writers with this.
Yeah.
I can watch this all day. All day.
For real.
That's pretty much what I did when you first sent it to me, Cole Hauser. I was just at work and I watched this through my shift. So good.
I guess our elite troopers aren't so elite after all. What did you say?
Lol, lol, lol.
Sorry?
I said lol.
You heard me. You guys think you are so special. I would just leave now if I were you. That's a good idea. Or what? I'm not scared of you.
He's like, here we go again.
Are you proud of yourself?
And I always wanted more Jango Fett.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
I wanted so much more of him.
All we got from Tamora Morrison was Fat Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Man.
Alpha 17.
Not his
Look
fault,
at me.
Disney, but
Yeah.
You have a lot of
what a
potential.
waste.
But if you keep losing control like this, you will be removed from the ARC program. I'm training you to be a leader. Soon,
I gotta
you will
replay
be in
the
charge
Boba Fett
of training
game.
The next generations of clone troopers.
Nice.
I need to get that, yeah.
Let me be very clear with you. This cannot happen again. The Kaminoans want you terminated, killed. I am the only reason you are still here. Your aggression is not a bad quality to have, but you need to learn when to use it and when to not.
You want to take this one?
So are we thinking that's Rex?
There is a flag.
I genuinely want to think it
That's
is.
my guess because I think the guy he's talking to is Alpha 17.
Okay.
Like, because in the lore, Alpha 17 was like the first generation
Starting
ARC
from the
trooper,
moment
and he
this
went
video
in
comes out,
to
I'll be
the.
running a flash
He
sale.
basically helped run the training of all the other first wave of all the other clone
Mhm.
officers and commanders. And of course, we know that Rex did have ARC trooper training at some point as part before he was, given the captain role and sent over to the 501st. So, I think my guess is the guy who was the one who was going up the hill, getting the flag, getting beat up, beating the other guy up. I think that's Alpha 17. I think at the end there, they're hinting that's if not Rex, then one of the other like up and coming leaders.
Right. So again, my whole thing on this one was when I first saw it, I was blown away. I was just like, wow. The reason why I like playing Battlefront because I like the trooper aspect, of and this is the one thing I was I love Empire Strikes Back, but the one thing I really wanted to see was actual snow troopers on the ground with the AT-ATs like we got in Battlefront going head to head with the rebel soldiers.
Yep. Like I think of it like Normandy, storming the beaches in Normandy.
Yes.
Coming up to that, and then the break front, and then the machine guns raining down. Like I feel like they skimped out on the battle on Hoth recording Empire Strikes Back. They did, and I mean, great scene, love it. The AT-ATs amazing, but there needed to be more ground combat in that. They really did.
Because it was only a 10-minute battle. It was only 10 minutes,
and it was all just like looking from inside the cockpit, and then from inside the base, and then like little flashes of little
Right?
flashes.
You always want more of the good stuff, and
That's one of the things that I know a lot of us here don't like Rogue One all that much, because the whole story of how they do the Death Star plans like is much better in the expanded universe. I get that.
Yeah.
I haven't had a chance to explore those, but for what Rogue One is, there are some things that I do enjoy about it, including, of course, the battle on Scarif. Like that whole sequence that occurs on Scarif. Like, yeah, I know it's kind of supposed to be like Star Wars' own version of like Vietnam, but even so, it does give you that feeling that you're seeing these troopers on the ground having this crazy war with another tyrannical regime that they're fighting against. I think it came out pretty good. I wish we would see a lot more of those kinds of great ground battles in, like, you know, the original trilogy, and some more as well in like the prequel trilogy as well too, like expanded on like the fights that occur during the Clone Wars.
Right.
Oh yeah, the battle scene in episode 1 could have been way better than what we got with the Gungans and the bubble shield and the stupid little balls that they threw at the droids. Yeah, they definitely could have upped the ante on that one.
And
They
especially
could've,
the beginning of episode 2, you know, there was no doubt a bigger story to tell than the rest beginning of episode 2, in my opinion.
And in episode 2, they could have definitely expanded the battle on Geonosis too.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Could have been a
definitely.
lot more cooler stuff, and cut out some of the cut out some of the other stuff in the beginning that dragged a little bit, you know. And, you know, but yeah, I just want to say too, Ronan, I'm not a Rogue One fan, but wasn't Darth Vader supposed to be on that battle allegedly, and then they cut him out?
I think I might have heard he was supposed to show up on Scarif itself, but obviously we just ended up getting his appearance where he boards the one of the rebel ships, and you get that crazy hallway scene, of course.
I mean, that scene is really cool, though.
It is.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's,
But
it's kind of wild, though, because you look at how Darth Vader moves it there versus in the like the original trilogy, and you can explain it as like lore wise as he's being super ultra mega cautious against Obi-Wan, although even that the TV show kind of ruined the believability of that. But let's do the reasonable thing here and dismiss that show even exists and focus back in on Rogue One. Just the ease and effortlessness with which he moves, and like it's like one-handed too. Just so I don't know. That scene is always super cool. There's just no way around it.
Oh, that, you know, it's for me, when if I were to put on Rogue One, I just go right to the Vader scenes. That's it. That is pretty much it, because that's like when he's on Mustafar, and then at the ending, that's the only time that's the only enjoyable parts of that movie I'll enjoy. Like, yeah, we all know about with the battle like above Scarif and everything, what's going on, but like, you know, it just, like when I watched it, even when I guess they were experimental AT-ATs, when they came out, I'm just like, okay, those things are coming out, battle's over. It's over.
Right.
But it wasn't over. They took them down.
That's why I wish there was one more prequel movie made by George Lucas between 3 and 4, where we could have seen Darth Vader doing like Jedi hunting and rebel slaughtering, all that good stuff. You know?
Remind me again, the AT-ATs that were on Scarif, did they actually get taken down by some of the ships that were flying up there at all? Or okay, so you're probably right. Then it had to have been experimental AT-ATs, because the Hoth speeders, like their blasters weren't able to go through the shields that the AT-ATs had by that point, so it had to have been experimental types.
Yeah, but still, when you got something that's like meters high, you know, like, you know, what can you do?
Right.
Okay. I don't think the snow speeders had very high capabilities anyway.
No. I mean, the only thing they had were the tow cables, obviously. That was the one way they were able to destroy them.
They're kind of like flying lawnmowers with a tow cable and a little blaster. They're not that equipped.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go to our next video.
While he pulls that up, the other Vader scene of him in the Bacta tank. What I love about the implications of that scene is the fact that the Emperor's Royal Guard are there, and it's like they are not there to protect.
Right.
Yeah, you know what? And I actually like that scene too when when you see him in the back of the tank, and you know that was pretty cool. That was
And even his temple, his fortress on Mustafar,
yeah.
kind of neat. I would have made it look even more badass personally. They didn't do it justice, but still, it was whatever, an effort, I
Mhm.
guess.
But this was Disney trying to say, okay, these are the Easter egg. We're throwing this in to get
Yeah.
the fans back.
They know what we
So-
want. They give us 3 seconds of it, and then put a bunch of Ray crap out after.
Yeah.
you know?
Right.
Exactly. So we're gonna do the life of General Grievous. This one's pretty good too.
I haven't watched the full thing of this yet, so this will be great.
Okay.
This is new to me, so
Mm-hmm.
wow.
General, you seem troubled. They raid our supply lines. They burn our
Might want to turn it up just like
The
a.
Republic feeds the Huck and calls it order. My people starve while the Senate
How's that?
debates.
No more.
Little bit more. Yeah.
Your anger is justified, but rage
Good?
without
Yep.
direction
Perfect.
accomplishes nothing. Direction! I have fought wars since before the war that close. My direction is survival.
They got the eyes down, man.
Yeah, they really did. Damn it! Well, real
got-
quick,
actually,
go ahead.
Commercial.
No,
Go
I
ahead.
was just gonna say real quick that like the way the praying mantis was moving there, I'm sure like in universe it has like a different name. I'm just saying because it looks like a praying mantis. Like the way the AI kind of films its movement actually reminds me a lot of like some of the stop motion work that Ray Harryhausen used to do, which is really cool. So it's neat that they kind of do something like that into this. It almost feels like it's real, like it's
Practical
a
effects
practical
almost,
effect that
yeah.
they're using. Yeah, like you can actually touch it.
It's weird how the cheesiness of AI looks more authentic.
Actually works. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, than
It's
the actual
earnest.
like. Yeah, than the actual perfectly polished garbage from Disney.
Well, because that's what we were introduced to Star Wars with the
Yeah.
the practical effects of the first trilogy.
Mhm.
It was beloved for what it was.
Because it was genuine and there was actual like sincerity behind the creation of it. Nowadays, it's like as you guys say, everything looks polished, everything looks
Soulless
clean.
almost.
They're making the attempt to make it seem as though it's lived in, but in the attempt to do so, it's soulless.
Well, there was an amount of care given.
Yep.
Right.
You know, they cared about this, making it the best that they could.
Yeah, there was life behind the eyes when Lucas
Yeah.
did it.
Then allow me to offer something more than survival. A chance for your people to rise, a chance to strike at the Republic with allies who understand your suffering. Allies? You mean more politicians? Not politicians. A master strategist, someone who sees your potential clearly.
General, the shuttle
One of the
is
bankers.
ready for you.
A moon.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, exactly, Spider.
Yeah, it's somehow better. Somehow way better than Disney right now.
Way
is
better,
incoming.
yes.
What's up, Kings?
That's funny. Yeah.
Oops.
This is
Sorry,
more
there's-
accurate than the comics too.
Yeah.
There's something funny about seeing Palpatine looking through that. I don't know.
Do it.
Do it.
Oh no.
Damn, bro.
And then they framed it as if the Jedi did that.
Oopsie whoopsie.
So all this actually happened in the comic book for the origin story of Grievous.
Yeah.
Correct. Yes.
That's
Palpatine and Dooku together framed the Jedi for the destruction of Grievous's people and his mortal
I
injury.
have the Kalish
And they swapped in as the
He was not
saviors that
conscious
saved
to
his
witness
life,
his
so he
Jedi
owed them.
capture. In fact, he's completely unaware of what has transpired.
Yep.
You may begin your experiment.
Well, there's your problem.
Am I dead?
What's that?
You are awake, my friend. And yes,
He's
very
missing
Zap
these
John.
days.
alive. But your
Oh,
body
sorry.
has sustained nearly fatal wounds due to your accident.
Who? How?
My apologies. I am San Hill, chairman of the Intergalactic Banking Clan. And judging from the cloak we found, you are a Kalish general, are you not? A very fortunate one, might I add. A banking clan frigate
We can
picked up
rebuild
your
them.
escape pod's emergency beacon in the Genoa Sea.
I can fix her.
Your crew was not so lucky, I'm afraid. But you, dear General, your mind and vital organs are safely in our care here on Geonosis.
Geonosis, an honorable leader, dies alongside his soldiers. I order you to bring me back to Kali.
How touching, General. Do you really think the IBC would go through with all this trouble only to let you die? You would not even survive a journey back to Kali, let alone another 4 hours here without a blood transfusion. However, as fate would have it, your accident is almost a blessing. You see, we have been funding a Geonosian bionic technology project, and you, great General, are the perfect candidate for our experiment. An experiment that will plunge you back into the heart of battle.
This once belonged to an old friend of mine, and now it's yours, as a reward for your impressive training. The Jedi shall fall to their own weapon. No one has ever received a lightsaber as a gift, especially not a droid. A sign of gratitude would not be completely out of place at this moment.
And who is this someone?
Go to a website you love.
Ah, damn it! Come on.
Yeah. You know what? I need to get premium.
Your words.
I'm like so
Use
grossly
Brave.
engaged by this.
Use Brave browser.
Sorry?
And
I just use Brave. I don't get ads on YouTube. I
Oh.
use a Brave
Mhm.
browser. Yeah, it has ads.
Wow, okay.
who are you?
I am your future.
The General has proven himself capable and ruthless, my master.
So I've heard.
The hologram looks damn good for AI.
Yeah.
How
Mhm.
many battles have you fought?
Too many to count.
And the
yet
voice
your
here for
people
Sidious is actually
still
pretty impressive
suffer.
too.
The Republic ignores your pleas that Jedi protect the Senate, not justice. They are your enemy as they are mine.
The Jedi. Yes, they interfere with everything.
Good, your hatred gives you clarity. With the right guidance, your rage can become something unstoppable. The Republic trembles when a leader strikes with purpose.
And what purpose do you offer?
A fear, your body weakens. Your wounds slow you. But I see the warrior beneath the flesh. I can give you strength far beyond this. Strength the Jedi will fear.
Strength to protect Kali.
Strength to avenge it.
What would you have me do?
Serve Lord Tyrannus. Crush the Republic. Lead armies forged for a single purpose. To bring this galaxy to its knees.
If this war comes, I will fight it for my people, for Kali.
Excellent. We begin immediately. Prepare yourself, General. Your true transformation is only just beginning.
Your destiny awaits, General.
Tell me, when was the last time that you watched something from Disney
Get
so
your
intently
sabers
and silently?
untold sabers.
Without skipping ahead and turning it off and looking for something else? Not
Without
really.
walking out of the
long time.
theater, or just putting it on the back burner. Yeah.
There's a thing I always think about in cooking where it's like if you've made a meal that's really good, people don't talk. They're just focused on eating because they're that locked in on it. This it was again. I'm genuinely trying to think when the last time I watched something that came out from Disney where I was watching it with somebody else in the room and we weren't just like, groaning or like making any sounds or like mocking it. It was just watching it because we wanted to. I can't remember.
I feel like I just watched Star Wars. I feel like I just watched Star Wars with maybe some blurry glasses on, but
It's
I
sad
feel like
that
I
this
watched
story
Star Wars.
was just relegated to comic books before. This could have easily been a great part of a movie.
Yeah.
100%.
It's funny because just like Lex said, I'm sitting here and I'm watching it again because it's just it sparks my interest because I just want more of this. This is what I want. This is what I want to watch. And I how many times I think during Rise of Skywalker I just like I gotta get out of here. I can't do it. I can't do it.
I can probably say I've never sat through that movie.
You get far more entertainment out of watching these mere AI created videos, which it's just probably 7 to 10 second long clips all being pieced together to try and tell a cohesive story that is already coming from like the comic books, but you're far more engaged wanting to watch this. Hell, I actually want to see this channel blow up to a point where he, she, it, they, whatever, whoever's running it. I'm hoping that they make something about the Yuzong Vong War. Like that's how grossly invested I am.
Abeloth
Just
as
how
well.
good it is. Abeloth as well too. Like all the crazy stuff that occurs.
The
in
new
the
Jedi Knight
galaxy,
series would be it for me.
All of that. I would love to see it. And I want to see it from this one YouTube channel more than I do than Disney trying to do it. It's ridiculous. Like ridiculous the way that Disney handles Star Wars now. You have a multi-billion-dollar franchise that is beloved all around the world. People absolutely want to see more stories and more expansion on this universe. I'm somebody who absolutely loves world building. Whenever it comes to like writing my own stories, one of the biggest things I focus on more than anything else tends to be the aspects of the world. And then I start moving into like the characters and start moving towards like a plot and story beats. But you have this huge expansive world that you can make. And then you just reduce it to, well, we have the
Well, and that was Disney's greatest mistake. It was taking something that everyone agreed was a natural progression of the original 6 movies in the expanded universe and just threw it in the trash. People wanted that stuff. You don't know how many, people wanted that stuff, way more than the people who liked what they gave us afterwards.
Right.
So that was a huge mistake.
Mano
Sure
in the
was.
chat is saying how sad when fan made is much better than the corporate stuff. But I would counter that and say
The best
once upon
stuff
a
is
time,
fan-made.
well, obviously, the fan stuff is always going to be the best, but it used to be that the people who were actually making the shows were fans of it. And
Yeah.
I think
Right.
that's the vibe that you get now from Disney, is that they're not fans of their own shows. They're not. They're fans of having the platform and having the opportunity to
Their
take
fandom is
character
secondary, at
and
least.
tell their story, tell their message, but they're not fans of the actual thing.
They're fans of using the thing.
I used to like make fun of people before who would make like fan fiction stories, because when you would see some of them and read some of them, they would come off as pretty cringe. And even I have to admit, embarrassingly enough, I used to write a little bit of fan fictions before I actually took writing seriously, just to create my own original stuff. But the fact that this, which you could construe as like fan fiction, treats like the spirit of the IP far better than the actual IP owners now, is a sheer condemnation, I would say. It's so upsetting.
Well, I would say too, this at least for this Grievous one, this wasn't fan fiction. It was visually, but it was actually like really accurately based off the old comics.
I guess I mean more so with like the Clone Troopers thing. I don't know if we had like an official story outside, of course, the Grievous one, but you get what I mean.
Well,
100%.
I've seen,
and George Lucas famously supported fan films big time. He was a huge supporter of that.
Yeah. And I did read some stories regarding, this was the closest thing I've seen to Grievous from what I've read before. So
Star Wars Theory has a good video on Grievous where he takes all the screenshots of the comic and he voiceovers the whole story too. So
nice, very nice.
Yeah. Older video of his,
Well, see, that's another guy that respects the IP as well, too. Now, for a time, obviously, he was still defending the way that Disney was handling it up until, of course, the Acolytes showed up, and then it was a vastly different story for him when that came out. But he respects.
He's also a very optimistic person too.
No, of course, and I don't blame him for that. Like for me, just a little off topic, obviously, but like when it comes to say Fallout, right? For me, I absolutely love Fallout as a franchise. I love the games, but as time progressed, the way that the Bethesda's handling it now, I'm starting to enjoy it less and less. When the show came out, and I know some people have their opinions on it about whether they like it or not. For me, it's almost kind of like the same way that Star Wars Theory experienced the Acolyte. That's how it is for me at this point now, which is very upsetting. But the passion is still there because you grew up watching this IP for so long. You grew up experiencing this IP for so long. It's not easy to just let it go, because more or less it was part of your life for a long time.
No matter what Disney does, I have my memories, I have my original movies, I have my old comics, books, video games. They can't take that away. I mean,
no.
Yeah. So
I got another one here. I know I don't think I sent this to you guys, but I watched this the other day, and this one was pretty damn good.
Yeah, shout out to the fans doing the work too. It's just, you love to see it.
Absolutely.
Must. Hear must. How long are you going to run from me?
Qui-Gon. No, this can't be. It can't be real.
And yet, here I am. I've watched you from beyond. You've lost yourself, Master.
Don't call me that. That title died the same day you did.
You turned your back on the light.
The light betrayed us, my friend. The Jedi Council was nothing more than corruption dressed in robes and ceremony.
And yet, you became the very thing you once despised.
I acted. I chose to break the chains.
And in breaking them, you forged new ones. Do you truly believe the darkness serves you?
Spare me the Jedi righteousness. You never fit their mold either. You questioned them, like I did.
But questioning is not abandoning.
I saw the cracks, but I never stopped believing in balance. You stopped believing in everything.
You were like a son to me, Qui-Gon. And they let you die. They did nothing.
And that pain twisted you. I understand. But I did not ask you to avenge me, especially not like this.
Then why are you here?
Because there's still a part of you that remembers who you were before the shadows consumed you.
That man is gone.
That's excellent.
How good was
bro.
that?
Hell
How
yeah.
good was that?
Yeah, I mean, outside of the lip sync, that was really good.
But Liam Neeson's voice, they got that down. They got it.
I could almost just feel the tears welling up in me. It's like, how is it that fans are able to do this so much better than a multi-billion-dollar company?
Because they care.
No, I know that whole conversation right there, honestly, is one where like it really like big fans of like, you know, the whole franchise would love nothing more than to really go deep into the nuances between the Jedi Order and the Sith as to why these two are constantly butting heads, why the Jedi Order is imperfect, why the Sith tends to be so tempting despite how evil they can be, and like just what is the greater nuance that exists between the two of them as to why balance in and of itself exists in the first place. That's literally what was rushing through my head the whole time I was watching this. And I don't feel any of that shit when it comes to Disney. I don't feel a single thing about that. It's all empty, vapid bullshit because there's no soul, no heart put behind any of it. It genuinely infuriates me. Like, I'm somebody I can't call myself a diehard fan of Star Wars, but I am a fan enough as it is that I absolutely love a lot of the stuff that comes out of it. The games, the movies, some of the cartoons. You know, I haven't dug deep enough into the books or the comics, but this kind of stuff wants me to dig more into it because there's genuine passion behind it. The films as they're coming out now just make me want to shut it all away. And I don't want to do that because this is actually an interesting world.
Yes.
like when I first,
hell yeah.
You got a Ryan rant there. Like when I first watched this one, I was like, this is the storyline I want to see. I want to see what happened before, you know, between Qui-Gon and Dooku.
Absolutely.
And then the after, watching Dooku walking down the hallway, sensing the presence. And then Qui-Gon showing up and calling him out. You know, this is what I want. This is what I've been dying for.
This is done by people who have done the homework, not people hired for their political beliefs by the corporations.
Skin color.
And I'll just say too, you know, I always like to remind people of this. George Lucas is very heavy into paleontology, human history, human behavior, philosophy, very heavily. He understands the concept of timeless storytelling. He understands humanity, the struggle of the hero's journey. He understands these basic core principles of storytelling, which is just totally absent of modern day Hollywood, Disney. You know, there's no Walt and Disney anymore either. If it was still old school Disney, maybe, but current day Disney, incapable of timeless storytelling. Incapable.
Well, here's the thing that they do have though, Isaac. Here's the thing on the dry erase board that they have. They got dinosaurs, they got dragons, they got music, they got somewhere all the way on the bottom of that list, a story. That's what they have on a fucking dry erase board over there at Lucasfilm.
Yep.
That's what
visual
they're following.
Spectacles without any heart whatsoever. You know?
Well, you've gone from a mentality that believed in such a thing as good and evil, and now there's this modern thing where it's like, no, there cannot be any villains. If anything, we have to turn people that you thought were heroes into villains so we can take the villains and show how it's really not their fault and that they're actually good guys.
Postmodernism.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh my gosh, let me tell you. You don't surprise people by subverting expectations anymore, because the expectation is that you're just going to deconstruct every good character and elevate every bad character to the point that it's all just meaningless. There's no, ooh, that's interesting, or I hadn't thought about it before. It's
Did you notice too, with not to hammer the sequels, I know it's the prequel stream, but not only with Palpatine, they couldn't just leave it, oh, he's evil. they had to make him a patriarch now. Now he's a father. Now he's a grandfather.
Right.
So, you know, the granddaughter's got to take down big bad granddad, you know.
Oh yeah.
It's
The
whatever.
rise of Palpatine, indeed.
Yes. So, needless to say, we didn't have to deal with any of that in the prequels whatsoever.
Not to get too like off topic and too into the weeds, but
go
like
for it. Ronan, go for it.
Just my personal opinion, and I don't know if I'm out of line for saying this, but my personal opinion is like a lot of the moral relativist bullshit storytelling that you see where your heroes are actually flawed and almost as bad as the villains, and there's no actual good people. It's just people vying for power. I feel like a lot of that started when Game of Thrones got super popular and became a show on HBO. Like, yes, you know, George R.R. Martin wrote the book before, so that was kind of always the thing. But because Game of Thrones got super popular, that was like the new, in video game lingo, the new meta that Hollywood wanted to follow because they saw how
George was a commie too.
No, I know. Obviously, George is definitely a socialist piece of crap.
Has been for a long time too.
Right. But I'm just saying, like, the rest of Hollywood saw how successful that kind of storytelling was, and they wanted to just go into overdrive with it because of the success that there was there.
And you even saw it in other aspects of society, if I may go off on a tangent. Look at the WWE back in Hogan's days and whatnot. All the good guys versus the bad guys. And then here comes Stone Cold and The Undertaker and, you know, all the good guys but are anti-heroes that you cheer for. You know, it kind of blurred the line. One day you're hating The Rock, the next day you love him, and then you're back to hating him. And the same with all the DX and everybody else. It happened in wrestling. It happened in Star Wars. That's the major theme,
right?
You know, since the good versus evil tropes broke down.
Well, Cornboy, remember, because I watched during those days with the 80s with Hogan. Remember, you had Iron Sheik, you had Nikolai Volkov walking with the Iranian and Russian in the Soviet flag, and you know, and singing the Russian national anthem. And then you would have Hacksaw Jim Duggan or whoever coming in, like taking them out. You know, and what was the spirit? The spirit was America. Yeah, because you know, that's when you know when Hogan was, Rocky IV, all that stuff. And like, where have we gone from that? You know, it's just like you can't. It's like, who was it? Because the one thing I have a problem with is this new Street Fighter movie. Because the one thing I didn't see in that trailer, we saw Guile, but you didn't see the American flag on his arm.
That's how, I hadn't even noticed that.
Because that's how that trailer should have started. It should have had Guile there. It's like with the Van Damme one. Because in the Van Damme one, they made sure they showed that American flag on his arm. You know?
I did not catch that. Wow, I got to go back and look at the trailer.
Yeah, I looked.
Yeah, and that's what's been eroding our culture since probably the late 90s.
Yeah. You know? So I'm gonna go back and play the other Count Dooku's because I so love these.
Yeah.
Like, these things are they're just so banger.
No, that first one was really good. I actually want to see like what other stories there are pertaining to Count Dooku. Seriously.
Yeah, I've been looking. I haven't seen many, but
Count Dooku is just such a compelling character. Really.
Oh,
you know
he
what?
Definitely is.
Christopher Lee. I wish they had used him more.
Yes.
You know, I wish they had used them in the Phantom Menace. Like,
think of this: the year 2000, the year 2002 was Attack of the Clones and the Two Towers. So he was Count Dooku and Saruman in the same year.
Yeah. You know what I love? That one
the second
meme
movie of a trilogy, same year.
I love that one meme that's out there where Dooku's reading the lines for Lord of the Rings, and after it says it's a bill for all the battle droids. So,
that's fun.
That's pretty funny. Let me just play this.
All right.
I have served this order with unwavering resolve, as my predecessors did before me. Now I address you as one troubled by a truth you seem reluctant to face. The Republic festers under corruption. Senators gorge themselves, while worlds like Sereno, my own domain, languish beneath their apathy. And what is our response? We sit, we ponder, we bind ourselves to a Senate that has abandoned justice for petty schemes.
Patience you must have, my old Padawan.
I submit
Al
this plainly.
Pacino.
Jedi risk forsaking their purpose. You uphold ideals that prop up a decaying edifice. I urge us to reconsider this inertia, born of a solemn duty to the galaxy, not a desire to fracture our sacred bond.
It's your lack of trust that is your weakness.
Long have I weighed this decision, and longer still have I waited for change. My place here ends, for I must act where you will not. I seek only to serve the galaxy, to pursue a course that restores what you hesitate to defend. May the Force grant us clarity, for I fear it eludes this order.
This is so good.
Yeah.
I
He did
assure
a pretty
you,
good job of getting his throne room.
I am more than capable of dealing with an intruder.
You see it as I do, a galaxy in desperate need of order, a new era where the strong
And this
protect
actually
the
looks like a
weak.
movie set too, which is
Yeah.
cool.
Where corruption is burned away and a true balance is restored.
The Republic is a rotting husk, and the Jedi are its blind servants. I've long known this. Who are you to claim such insight?
With me, you will reshape the galaxy, forge a new order where Sereno and all worlds thrive under your rule. Everything you desire, I offer freely.
A tempting promise, but words are cheap. What proof do you have that you can deliver such power?
I offer you the chance to be my apprentice, to wield the power of the Sith. Together, we will remake the galaxy, bring order, justice, all that you have fought for. Join me and make the difference you've always sought.
For the galaxy and for Sereno, I accept.
Kneel. Darth Tyrannus.
It's epic. And the sound is
amazing.
Oh, and there's
Oh,
the
right
ad.
there, the commercial break.
That was
Oh,
really good.
That's good. Oh, it is.
Yeah,
Wow.
one of my only things that I'd point out that I don't know if anyone else noticed, but Yoda, the second time he was on screen, it looked like he was falling asleep.
I noticed that.
Yeah.
One thing I did notice, I
When
believe
900
they
years
based
old
the
you are.
AI model off of like his black and white movies, you know, and it kind of translated a little more
A little
poorly
off.
than the
Right.
newer
Yeah.
footage from the newer people.
Yeah, it's still rough. I mean, you can still see, like, there was a couple of times where it looked like it was just rewinding his face when he was going back and forth. You know, AI, you can still tell it's definitely AI, but it's good, and I can't,
for
can't
early
imagine it in like
iterations.
5 years. Yeah.
Yep.
No, definitely. Give it a couple of years. Obviously, these AI programs, they become more advanced. They'll be able to learn from these things, and the next thing you know, it again, terrifyingly enough, it probably will make these things indistinguishable from like an actual Hollywood production.
Or these
I'll make
things
a
will be made illegal to make, though. You never know.
Yeah.
That's
big part
true
of it.
too.
Yeah.
That is a big part of it. What was it again? It's Disney working with
Sora.
Sora AI with
Yeah.
some kind of
exclusive
deal.
contracts to
That's it.
create Disney products on their platform.
Hmm. Yeah.
But I'll make a prediction. I bet by the year 2030, we might start seeing some big movie companies using AI to make feature films. I really wouldn't be shocked by it within the next 5 or so years.
Well, I don't think you're going to have the big movie companies anymore because you won't need the big movie companies anymore.
Very true. Yeah.
You know,
No, I
because-
think they're going to try to hop on the bandwagon. I think they're going to
Yeah.
attempt to. We might have a little spell where they try to do it, but I think you are correct too. Long term, movie making won't be what we all grew up with. It's not going
Yeah.
to be isolated to a few studios anymore.
Because sorry, go ahead, Roman.
I
Go
was
ahead.
just going to say real quick, the video game industry's kind of already been adopting AI programs into the way that they develop their own video games. I'm not just even talking about like the way that they program their NPCs in order to react to like players, but I'm talking about them adding like AI generated artwork as like background
asset generation.
decorations. Yeah, there we go, asset generation. Some of them are even using like AI in order to create dialogue for the characters via language learning models. It's the video games industry is already adopting it, and that's a bigger industry than film as it exists right now. So it's only a matter of time before the film industry tries to play catch up to that too.
Also, I do see early parallels to this from other emerging, technologies from back in the day, like how the internet started out, how it was the Wild West, and then it became corporate. This is kind of the Wild West in AI technology right now, and see what we can get in the early days, as opposed to what we're going to get in 5 to 10 years, whether it's going to be way more corporate than it is now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was Gary. Yeah, Gary was mentioning on one of his shows. I can't remember which one, but he was mentioning how some of the AI companies are reaching out to actors and actors ones who've passed for their rights to use their voice. Because I think Morgan,
it's like the
Freeman
.com buy-ups back in the day.
Yeah, Robin Williams actually
their own .coms.
They brought this up last night on Jay's show. Robin Williams actually put in, I think it wasn't his will or something into his estate, saying that his voice can't be used in AI at all. Like
his daughter Zelda has doubled down on that. Yeah.
Yep.
And we all saw what happened. Was it earlier last year with the Fortnite and Darth Vader?
Oh yeah,
right. I remember that.
Using James Earl Jones.
Didn't they get him saying some really base stuff too?
Said some gamer words.
Mo Zamboni, I think, has a video on that.
I'm gonna go back and rewatch those videos now.
Can you like rank the races of people or something like that?
Yeah. They asked him, "What do you think of Disney Star Wars?" He's like, "It's soulless and pushes girl boss tropes and narratives and stuff." Like you're saying, all that stuff is awesome.
Yeah. Let's go to this next one here.
Oh man.
I know whenever these pop up, I always immediately send them to Cole Hauser. Half the time he tells me, "Hey, I just watched it."
Well, you know what, Lex? The one I loved was the one with the dad wearing the shirt.
That was not an AI video. That was
But I know that was a picture though. But I died watching that.
You may not guess from the way I speak, but there are some memes I said that would would surprise you.
Yeah.
Everything Lex sends me is perfectly kosher. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, well, if you saw this one was good.
I'm kidding. Not literally.
Rise. What you desire is nearly yours, but true power demands decisive action. There are forces that would see our design undone. An old friend of yours, Master Sifo Dyas.
He is one of the few that I hold with true respect.
He has taken it upon himself to commission an army for the Republic from the cloners on Camino.
An entire army. Surely this was not sanctioned by the Council.
The Council remains blissfully unaware. The Jedi cannot learn of this army before its time. He must be removed from the equation before his misguided actions alert the Jedi prematurely.
If he were to align with our vision, would he not be a powerful ally to us?
He remains chained to his Jedi ideals, his fear. He cannot be part of our victory. He can only hinder it. His continued existence risks exposing the very means of our ascension before we are ready.
I understand, Master. When the time is right, when opportunity presents itself, it will be arranged. He will not interfere further.
We hold the vision for true peace. A peace that demands the strength to make the sacrifices the weak cannot comprehend. See to it that his interference ceases, utterly and without a trace.
What I like about this is they really do capture the fact that the way that Sidious really ensnared him was appealing to his idealism. There wasn't a malicious intent in Dooku at first. He genuinely thought, wow, the Jedi are terrible. They're just enablers. They're not doing anything. And then Sidious can come in and just like, ooh, that's a hook I can use. Oh, by the way, by the end of the war, you're going to be like killing people for fun. But, you know, I get the descent there.
Just like with Anakin, you know, why did he turn to save Padme from death, essentially, and the ones he loves? And it brings you back to what does Yoda say about going to the dark side? Fear leads to anger, you know, all that, essentially. I'm going to screw it up, but yeah, I mean, they obviously hook into people's feelings and emotions and stuff, and can get good men to do bad things. So
I just realized I was muted there for a sec, but it's I believe it goes fear leads to anger, anger leads to
hate,
jealousy, jealousy. Hate. Okay, hate leads to jealousy.
Leads to
I believe. Right, I believe. I think
what's
I
the
could have sworn the
jealousy?
jealousy. I could have sworn jealousy. Okay, so maybe I was mistaking it there. Yeah,
I think
so
you're thinking of the 7 deadly sins.
Maybe, but I mean, like
Usually.
it's still kind of similar there. Unfortunately, there are similarities in there.
So yeah, very similarities. Yeah.
It's like what I was saying before too, like how
suffering.
Hate leads to something. That is right.
Thanks,
but,
Sean.
Sean. Yep.
But it's like what I was saying before with how the dark side has, you know, whole forms of like temptation that we know ultimately that it is something you don't want to join, but there's a whole lot of temptation behind it because it offers you so much that you couldn't even imagine to begin with. And just through these mere AI videos, you're able to capture that kind of sentiment far better than, again, what you're seeing in current day Disney Star Wars.
Agreed.
Yeah. Okay, let me just go here.
To what do we owe this honor?
I present an opportunity to you. One to settle all your outstanding obligations.
How may the Syndicate serve you?
A Jedi Shuttle T6 designation is currently near your territory. Its pilot is Jedi Master Sifo Dyas. Ensure his journey ends there. Permanently.
A Jedi Master? That is a significant quarry.
Complications are your specialty, are they not? The rewards for your success will far outweigh any perceived risk. Failure is not an option.
It will be done as you command.
And that's where he's getting wrapped up in the ends justify the means type of stuff. You know?
Yeah.
It's here.
Congratulations, Bounty Hunter.
Tyrannus.
I'm impressed. No ordinary man can defeat one trained in the Jedi arts, especially one trained by me. Kamari Vosa was once an excellent pupil, if a bit unstable.
You knew Vosa was here.
For real.
I thought she might one day prove to be a valuable ally. Instead, she became a liability.
If you could have easily killed her before, why put a price on her head?
To find you. This contest brought you to me.
I'll collect the reward now.
Of course, 5 million was it? There is more if you come with me to Camino. To be cloned.
You want to clone me?
Imagine an army of clones, the training of which you will oversee. They will be modified to grow at twice the rate of ordinary man, and will be programmed for absolute loyalty. They will be magnificent, perfect warriors, like you.
What makes you think I'd be interested?
A chance at immortality. To pass on your ways to an army crafted in your image. A great deal of money. How can a man such as you not be interested?
I'll accept your offer, Tyrannus, on one condition.
And that is?
I want the first clone for myself. Unmodified.
Might I inquire as to why?
You might.
Very well.
I love that.
Yes, that's awesome.
With
Now,
one platform.
Chell, I haven't played the game, but is that scene in the Bounty Hunter game, essentially?
Oh, it is literally
It is.
been 20 years. No, it's been 20 years since I played the game. I honestly
okay,
don't remember.
The comment sections of that video say yes, though.
Real quick, because I just actually remembered. I know why now. I confused the word jealousy in with that whole line, because Yoda says to Anakin, because they're talking about the dreams that he was having in episode 3, attachment leads to jealousy, the shadow of greed, that is. That's why I was getting it confused. But yes, it's fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate, hate leads to suffering. That is how it goes.
Yep.
Now I remember.
Yeah, that was
But
good.
we still haven't seen Sifo Dyas.
Well, yeah, but that story is still slowly building up to it, though. But it's definitely good. Like, actually seeing the backstory of Dooku there is it's good. Again, like, you know that it's AI because it's still, I don't want to say rudimentary, but like you can see, you know, the tells, shall we say. But it, again, for what it is, I'm more immersed in it than anything that's kind of coming out with Disney. Sure, the older stuff that we see with the prequels, how those are, they're always going to be iconic. They're always going to be memorable. And yes, even those things also have flaws in them as well, too. In comparison to the AI stuff, it obviously still beats it. But the fact that we would much prefer AI make, you know, a continuation of like the Star Wars world over Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this seems like to be a good format for like backstories. You know, if they would have had people making this stuff before the sequel trilogy or whatever, maybe it could have softened the blow or maybe even shaped them.
Some of these you can see as like potential solo films, and some of them you could see as a television show. Like with this Dooku one, I think I could actually see it as like a maybe an 8-episode limited run kind of series. But it plays out pretty well. I think in 8 episodes you can tell the story of Dooku.
Yeah. And it's like because you know when they talked about the whole Obi-Wan, because I can't remember, was Obi-Wan supposed to be a movie first?
Yeah,
Supposed to be a trilogy.
Announced as a
It was going to be a trilogy. Star Wars Theory has interviewed the man that wrote the whole thing out, and Disney said no.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
yeah.
So yeah, because when I saw Obi-Wan, I was just like, and I was just like, why is Obi-Wan going off planet? Why is he doing all this stuff? Like, I want to see an Obi-Wan where, you know, it's just past he just dropped off Luke, and he's doing his own thing on Tatooine. That's all I wanted to see. You know, I wanted to see where he's, you know, he's traveling through, he's keeping an eye on Luke. Those are the things I wanted. But when they just bastardized.
Yeah, they did.
This thing.
It was the Reva show was what it was.
Yeah, it was the Reva show, and like, you know, I was one of the first.
And don't forget,
I would
and
say-
Maul was somehow there too.
Yeah,
later on.
but I was one of the first ones to say, "Why is this black bitch on this show?"
For real,
You know?
or as I respectfully call her, Darth Shaniqua. You know, and I don't know what else to call her, but you know, they made the whole book. I highly recommend the Kenobi book from I think like 2009 ish, way pre Disney. Phenomenal. It covers it. Obi-Wan was fist fighting Tusken Raiders to keep up his physical fitness and training. He wasn't as demoralized and lame as we saw him. He was still kind of like had his wits about him. Yeah, he had to disconnect from the Force and stuff to remain hidden, but he was not as washed up and losery as they made him in the show. A totally different story too.
And I think that's one of the biggest things that the show does that like a lot of fans, I myself as well too, would genuinely condemn it for, is the way that the manner in which that Obi-Wan is like his state of mind, I guess you could say, by the time the show is beginning and then throughout the whole show. It's like what you said before. In the book, he's, fist fighting Tusken Raiders to stay in shape. He disconnects from the Force, sure, but he's still on Tatooine. He essentially made it his life's goal from then on that he would stay close by to Luke and protect him. That was his duty.
He never met Princess Leia ever. Before them.
At all. But in the show, it's the complete opposite, to a point where he essentially abandons Luke, and Reva's able to get close to Luke and finish the job, for God's sake.
Yeah.
They could have done a way better show with Obi-Wan where if it was just took place on Tatooine and it was just him doing his best trying to keep people away from Luke, where you see all the action. Luke, you just see his point of view of like, everything looks nice, and then you cut over to another scene. Obi-Wan's doing something, and then something like that would have been way better than chasing little Leia around.
Yeah.
Make it the Tatooine show where like maybe there's on some other side of Mos Eisley or something, there's this gang that's going to be coming for the Lars family homestead, and he has to keep them from ransacking and protect them from a distance.
Or he has to mitigate conflict with the local huts in the area that could spill over to
things happening
stuff
there.
like that.
They didn't need to bring all this other stuff in for him.
No, it wasn't necessary.
And it didn't make sense with how the lore was supposed to be before this happened.
With them fighting again and then him leaving him alive again,
Yeah.
Like I had a sort of idea for, say, because I like Boba Fett, so I thought, after I watched this garbage, I was just like, whatever. But then I said to myself, I said, you know what? Why wouldn't they have? Okay, what I would have had was Boba Fett on Ord Mantell or whatever, fighting other like just an onslaught battle going on a planet where Boba Fett, there's Imperials, there's rebels or whatever, but there's other bounty hunters going at it. Boba Fett and all the bounty hunters, they stop fighting because they get the call from Vader to go meet, but you just have this constant battle going on with Boba Fett fighting this bounty hunter for getting, and all throughout the series you're having, there's a bounty here, there's a bounty there. They're going, while they're doing this, but they're going after these bounties. There was just so much they could have did where they brought that chick in, and he's a good guy now, it was just so
he doesn't
lost.
need to be good or bad. He's up for hire to the highest.
Exactly. There you go.
Yeah, exactly. And they had to make them, everyone has to fit their narrative. So
But we got Fat Boba Fett instead.
Yeah.
We did.
But I think he didn't even have time to work out or do anything. They just said, we need you for the show, and that's it.
Pretty much. Yeah.
You're not really.
It would have been much closer to the character to just use his voice in a stand-in skinny guy actor.
Mm-hmm.
Well, basically did for.
Actually, they didn't even need to use his voice. Any Australian voice would have worked.
I
under
think
a
New
mask.
Zealand.
That's New Zealand
voice. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Same thing. Yeah.
But then it's funny because when I see some there's a bunch of memes out there for the remember when Obi-Wan goes to meet Dexter?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's a meme out there, he's been what was he doing again? He was doing something on another planet where he found some stuff. They could have had a show about that. They could have had a show, about when Obi-Wan and Anakin were talking about how he fell on what was that one planet?
When he saved his life, one of the many.
Yeah,
yeah.
There was just so much stuff they could have brought out. It's yeah.
Well, now
it's
Disney's
just,
talking about they're very likely going to be making a live-action Clone Wars show with Hayden and Ewan, and they're not going to do it well. They're not going to pull it off. It's going to be butchered and horrible.
Well,
if
knowing
they do it.
knowing that Dave Filoni's the one in charge, I guarantee they're going to shove young Ahsoka in there again as well. They're going to have to.
Yeah.
It's a guarantee at this point.
And
100%.
what section of story do they have left to even tell in the Clone Wars that they haven't already told in the TV show?
I think
they basically got up
the
to
TV
revenge.
show to live action. Yeah.
The only way that would succeed is if they somehow talk Tartakovsky into coming
That's
back.
what I was gonna say.
Oh, they would never do that because
Lucas wanted him to take Filoni's job, before Filoni.
Oh God, that would have been so amazing, man.
Yep.
You know why? Because it's like what happened with Picard season 3. Terry McCallis came in and embarrassed.
Yes.
What's his name?
Kurtzman.
He
Alex
embarrassed him. He embarrassed him because now Picard season 1, because season 2 meant nothing when you got Picard season 3 and you brought back all the old characters.
Here's a trick for Disney: call in Tartakovsky, call in Ryan Kinnell, call in Star Wars Theory, call in the people that give a crap about the IP.
And these AI makers.
Please the fans for years. We will give you so much money, you won't know what to do. To quote Trump, you're going to get so much winning, you're going to get tired of winning. Blockbuster after blockbuster.
Hell, even Colin Colehauser as well too. Put him in on that
Hell
list.
yeah.
My recommendation to Disney is to just stop.
Yeah.
The
At
only
this point, yes, I want nothing else. I don't want to see anything from them ever again.
Yeah. The only one that probably would be too occupied at that moment, obviously, would be Tartakovsky, only because right now he's making Primal. Primal seems to be his new baby. But I would still recommend him too, because it would help. This is my personal opinion. It would help wipe away the stain that is fixed. I haven't seen it. I've seen clips. It's too much for me. I don't know why he would make that, but putting that aside, of course.
Because sorry, go ahead, Ronan.
No, go ahead. I think I
was just gonna say, because when they announced the Clone Wars, because after I watched the Taranowski show, I was getting excited. Okay, we're gonna get some really juicy battles and fights and everything. And then because I went to the theater to watch the movie that they released.
I saw it on day one. Yeah.
I'm like, are you kidding me? Jabba's son? They have to go rescue Jabba's son?
Right? Yeah, Stinky.
It's like, why? Why is this
I'm so glad
here?
I went to the movie theater and didn't pay for that movie.
I will say, I'll admit, as an 8-year-old, when I saw it, I loved it.
Oh, yeah, you were the target demographic.
Yeah.
Looking back, it was not George's best work, to say
no.
But I still hold it in good regard compared to Disney. But compared to the 2D Clone Wars, it doesn't hold a candle retrospectively.
No.
So
right. No, absolutely.
Yeah. It was Star Wars made for a younger audience. It was,
Yeah. Like I remember just watching that one and, watching the ARC troopers suiting up and they're there. And what was the ARC trooper commander?
Cody?
No, not Cody. The one who took on like 8 or 9 droids.
I forget his name.
Oh, I know.
Fordo?
Sorry?
Captain Fordo?
Yeah,
yes,
Fordo.
Yeah, Captain Fordo.
Yeah.
That was his name. Yeah, he was there doing the last stand, calling for reinforcements because their line had just been breached. And the next thing you know, he's like blasting away at a bunch of super battle droids, mind you, like just dual wielding both a blaster pistol and a rifle. It's such a good scene, dude.
Yeah. And then
what? Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, just one thing too is with even if Disney does adapt anything prequel era, it's not going to look good because in the Ahsoka show, they did have 501st and they had clone troopers. They made them live action. They looked like crap.
Yeah,
The
they look
clones
horrible.
in episode 2 and 3 were all CGI, every
Yeah.
single one, and that's the aesthetic that we like. And they will never be able to replicate it because they don't want to. So even if they went for what prequel stuff, the flashbacks in Mandalorian season 3 of Order 66 look horrible. They look horrible objectively. So too bad.
Yeah, because I like even like I love I love Revenge of the Sith, but the one thing I wish they had more of was more clone battles. Like
Yes.
I wish they because like I love that battle on Utapau when they're going at it.
Yes.
But I
When
wish
he
there
guns
was
down the spider droid from top, from above.
that was just so
Mm-hmm.
awesome. And they're just going
good.
in and they're just knocking off everyone
And
left,
here
right, and
we
center.
hear that there might be a 4-hour cut somewhere laying around.
Yeah,
of Revenge of the Sith.
Ryan mentions that there is apparently a 4-hour cut on the floor somewhere.
Dude, I would give a lot to see that. My goodness. Oh.
But apparently
Must
there's
raid
a lot
Skywalker
more.
Ranch.
Yeah.
Yes.
But apparently there's a lot more in there's a lot in the novelization book.
Yes, which I do have a hard copy of that. I need to
Yeah.
read it. Yes. Yep. And you can listen to the audiobook too and stuff. I need to do that.
I gotta sit there and read that.
Slightly off topic, but since Chell mentioned the Skywalker Ranch itself, have any of you guys ever heard of the movie Fanboys?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I hope you guys know where I'm going with this, but who here wants to try and hop in a van and drive all the way down to Skywalker Ranch in the middle of the night?
I've always wanted to see that. I've always wanted to go there. Because you know what's the best part about that? It's all Lucas Star Wars. There's not going to be any It's like a sanctuary. There's not going to be anything Disney there of their creation, which is going to be cool. And that's something I have a hope for too. Star Wars Theory has mentioned this as well. George Lucas's museum, which is going to be opening in California. It's not a Star Wars museum. It's a film making museum, but I believe it's pretty much confirmed that there's going to be Star Wars sections of original Star Wars stuff. And it's only Lucas Star Wars stuff. So that's going to be like a destination people can go to see real Star Wars in person and not be tainted by Disney. So it'd be cool.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a little off topic, but has anyone here seen Free Enterprise?
Never, no.
Don't think so.
So Free Enterprise is a movie done by Robert Meyer Burnett.
Yeah. Okay.
Gary, this is one of Gary's favorite movies. So it's basically a nerd movie. So it stars William Shatner as himself, and Shadows of the Empire gets mentioned. So basically, it's just nerds, just two guys who grew up idolizing William Shatner, and there's a part where he was like, go back in the flashback. He goes, one of the kids said Han Solo can kick Captain Kirk ass, and William Shatner comes out and he's like, kick the guy down, So it's a pretty good movie. So a really highly recommended movie to watch by Robert Meyer.
Did you see
Burnett.
that picture of Shatner today, by any chance?
Yes, eating cereal.
He's eating cereal in traffic while driving his car. He's eating cereal. So.
He just posted on Twitter a comment like linking to it, that picture saying, "Man, no privacy these days."
I know, right? Which I will say, I'm not a Star Trek person. Never watched it. I know nothing about Star Trek. But in comparison, I'll give Trekkies credit where it's due. Your guy, Shatner, is a hell of a lot cooler than Mark Hamill as a person.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
sadly, though, it's basically just Shatner. Though I mean, the rest of the Star Trek cast throughout the shows, it's like, yeah.
Well, yeah, because there was only there's only Shatner, Chekhov, and Sulu who's left.
Yep.
Everyone.
Oh, the OG, yeah.
And I'll say too,
He's 94 eating cereal while driving.
Well, he was going to go to space recently. He didn't, but he was going to.
Hmm.
I'll just say too. But speaking of the actors, I'm not going to
No,
dwell
he
on.
went.
Yeah, no, he did go.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, really? He did. I
Yeah,
thought
he
he
went
held
to
the
He got
space.
his chance to go.
You went on Blue
my
Origin,
gosh.
yep.
How old was he? Like 90 at the time or something?
93? I thought it was last
90
year, wasn't it?
No, 91, 92.
Something
Wow.
like that.
So in
yeah.
his 90s, regardless. And
Yeah.
he went, holy crap. Wow. It's incredible. No, but what I was just going to say too, I like the, between Star Wars, I don't like, as actors, I don't like the OT actors very much, to be honest. I like the characters. I think Hayden Christensen, Ewan McGregor, Natalie Portman, I think they're a hell of a lot cooler than the OT actors. No, I mean, no disrespect, Carrie Fisher,
Yeah.
Harrison Ford, or Mark Hamill, but it might be a generational thing too. But you just compare, I think, Hayden as a person and Anakin, I like way more than Mark and Luke Skywalker personally. Just all in all,
Yeah.
that's a personal
I
thing.
mean, well, the thing is that like Hayden seemed to actually stay away from a lot of the political discussions, shall we say? Like ever
That's
since
wisdom to do so. Yeah.
No, absolutely. Ever since like Revenge of the Sith, sure, he's been in other like projects here and there, either like lending his voice or now recently actually being in some of the live action stuff like with Ahsoka. But I think he understands that yes, Star Wars nowadays has become divisive because of the handling from the new owners. But I think he respects the IP as it used to be under George Lucas, and I think he respects the fans that appreciated when Star Wars used to be that way.
Yep.
That's probably why he never mentions anything like that. That's probably why he never gets into any of these conversations, because he knows he has fans that like Star Wars as it was before.
Yes.
It's not a matter so much of like him being afraid of them, complaining about it. No, I think it's just like I respect that, they liked it this way, and I can understand it, But then you got Ewan McGregor on the other hand when it came to Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, he just needs to know, maybe stay off social media a little bit with your opinions as an actor.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, to be generous about it, I forget who it was that said it. I don't know if it was either Ryan or Jay. I think the most likely case is that when the actress that played Reva was getting quote unquote shit just because
Moses Ingram.
Moses Ingram, that's the one. When she was starting to get like shit coming her way from like 3 mere tweets, most likely Lucasfilm just called Ewan McGregor and was like, "Hey, your co-star is being insulted online. Why don't you go and defend her and make a video?" And it's like, all right, sure, why not? And that's it.
Well, it was
Wait a
only
minute,
like
you're telling me that people on the internet are rude? Wow, I'm just learning this for the first time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm
Well,
Lenny.
it's funny too because Hayden moved back. So Hayden lives about 35, 40 minutes away from me.
Oh,
Because
cool.
he
Right, I
moved
remember.
back to Canada because he had enough of Hollywood. So
Right,
he actually
right.
he bought a farm out here. So
That's
'cause,
awesome.
Yeah, so
Right.
he just had enough. So but yeah, that like even that whole thing with Ewan doing that video, because there was only like 3. I think it was only like 3. Well, they said there was a ton, but apparently it was only like 3.
So far from what
tweets
we
or
know,
something?
it was officially 3 because it's only just 3 tweets that constantly keep popping up whenever it comes to that. But that's about it. It's just 3. We don't really hear about much else, which makes it really weird.
Compare that to the death threats that like they got back in the prequel days and stuff. I mean,
God. The death threats that
Yeah, I mean, Jake
what-
Lloyd pretty much went into hiding, didn't he?
Yeah.
what's the
I
actor's
just want to
name
say
that played
Oh, go ahead. No,
I was just gonna say, what's the actor's name that played Jar Jar again? Remind me what his name was.
Ahmed Best.
Ahmed Best. Him as
Yeah.
well too. He's getting a ton of death threats just because of that character.
Today I saw on Twitter Jake Lloyd and the young man that played young Boba Fett in episode 2. They reunited and met up for lunch or whatever and took a picture and posted it.
That's cool.
Like today,
Oh, that's cool.
like today or yesterday, and they're both doing good. And he said, "Happy to meet my brother again. We're back together and stuff, and this is great." So that was a cool reunion where like the child Star Wars actors.
But they
I mean,
were
at
never in
least
the same movie, though. It's a weird.
Yeah, but still, they were both played. They were
became
both
friends.
kids. kids in the prequels, you know.
Right. No, of
And
course.
it's so there's that connection, but it's good to see Jake Lloyd at least getting out there, hanging out with people. You know, you love to see it. So
That's good.
Yeah. So I'm going to show another one because I saw it's pretty it's okay. It's with Anakin.
Okay.
So let me just do a shared screen.
I said my Padawan is in there. Now step aside.
General Skywalker, Admiral Toy
Anakin voice needs a little work.
out in there.
Yeah.
I don't care what she's accused of. Let me in.
Ooh. Definitely could use some work, but
yeah.
Sorry, sir. The Admiral's orders
mean, the
stand.
aesthetic
This
looks
is
great.
now a military operation and under his jurisdiction.
they did get the aesthetic pretty well, I will say.
It's her face is wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the hell of it? Get that golden age out of here. Gotta sue them for copyright. My goodness.
I can't remember.
Wrong golden age.
Clauser, did I send you the or have you otherwise watched the Skywalker stories, Vader visiting Padme's tomb?
Yes.
Because that one came out yesterday.
Okay, let me grab that. Yeah, I think here. Let me just go into my. I think you sent that to me on X.
Yeah, just don't show any of the other things I sent.
Of course.
Yes. Yes. No, and I'll say too, when it comes to Ahsoka, I don't hate the character, but I agree with George Lucas. She should have served a purpose, but I think if she just served as a catalyst that was killed off and even aided to Anakin's fall to the dark side more due to more loss, I think that would have been a perfect addition to the Skywalker story. But to drag it on where she's essentially going to be, Dave Filoni's going to make it, she's essentially going to become the light side goddess. She's going to become the embodiment of the dark side, of the light side.
No,
they're essentially making this little character that should have remained a little character, side character, and they're going to make her like a central figure of the entire Star Wars story.
Well, two things.
He's been hinting towards this since the death of the daughter, and then the stupid bird following her around ever since
Dave
then.
Filoni,
Yeah,
that's
Dave
his
Filoni's
mark.
he's been wanting to do that for a long time.
He's going to take George's creation and make it for himself. Like it's really about my character, actually. You know, I don't like Dave Filoni.
If so, a rare, not an uncommon, maybe not a unheard of take, but I am somewhat fond of the show Rebels, but I feel like it would have been better if she actually like had died in that show, especially if she had died in like that scene where she is fighting Vader or something in the place in that temple that's falling apart, or like something like that, because I mean he walks out damaged from that fight anyway himself. But the other thing is, I don't feel like, well, one of two things is going to happen. Either they're going to take the light side and remove it completely from actually being like a side of the good and just make the light side be neutral, or they're going to just keep her in this space of being perfect, not because she's on the light side or the dark side, but because she's gray and in the middle and there is no good or evil.
Oh boy. For the longest time, I'll admit I kind of like the whole idea of like the gray Jedi thing, where it's like you're able to take the good of both to make a perfect synthesis. But the more that I understand that kind of idea, the more that I actually do hate it. And the more I also get that it really goes against everything that like Lucas was trying to make when it came to the Force.
Yep.
It's like what we talked about in the last stream, that the Force is more or less meant to be not a perspective or an XP of like Western religion, like how we have with Christianity. It's definitely rooted in Eastern ideas, Eastern religions, Eastern mythologies, all about balance. That's what it's more about than anything else. You have one side that is of light. They don't call it good, but a lot of us perceive it as good. And then you have another side that's of dark, where it's evil, but again, doesn't have to be perceived as evil. It could be order and chaos, sun and moon, light and dark, all that kind of stuff, outside of using the words that you could construe it as loaded, good and evil. You could consider those words loaded, but that's only because a lot of us here are probably Christians. That's why we see it in that way. Putting that aside, of course. The idea of a gray Jedi where you're somehow able to take the best of both it's very degrading, I would say, to everything that's being created in Lucas's Star Wars and the very concept of the Force itself.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm going to show this one.
No, I think you serve a point, though, because George, slightly being a product of his time, kind of like a boomer hippie from California, I wouldn't be shocked if he was influenced by, Eastern Buddhism, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
Yin and yang, whatever. I don't even know all the definitions, but...
Well, it's interesting for George, too, because his first movie was THX 1138. I don't know if anyone's here
Robert
seen
Duvall,
that.
right?
Yeah, Robert Duvall.
I need to see that movie. I've seen the trailer, though.
Yeah, because it's in a dystopian where they're underground robot. There's robot police, and they have to take pills, and sex is outlawed.
No emotions, right?
Yeah, no
Right.
emotions. Yeah, it was interesting. Yeah, that was his first. It was pretty interesting. So I think this is the one, right, Lex?
Yeah. Wait. No, I was talking about Star Wars Stories. The title is Star Wars Darth Vader Visits Padme's Tomb Before Return of the Jedi.
Oh, okay. So, yeah.
Literally came out yesterday.
Okay, give me one sec.
Cool.
Okay.
So I haven't seen
know
it,
there
but
was a
this will be
couple.
first time watching.
But
okay, I found it.
I will say I like the one, too, where Luke visits the tomb. I think after Return of the Jedi, and I think he converses with Anakin's Force Ghost, and Anakin essentially apologizes, like, "I'm sorry I took your mother away from you, and I'm sorry I did what I did," and they like all this reconciliation stuff. I don't know how I feel about it, but it was pretty good, well made anyway.
Well, there was a good one when Anakin visits Leia, and Leia is just like,
Yes.
"What do you want? What are you doing here? Like, leave
She
me alone."
hated him.
You killed so many people, and and Anakin's trying to apologize, and
there's the one from 3 weeks ago where it's Luke about to start at the Jedi Academy, and he encounters a vision of Darth Bane, and they have a conversation.
Yes.
That one's really cool, actually, too.
okay, yeah, this one came out yesterday.
Ooh, that looks great.
This guy's getting really good.
Already better than anything Disney's done.
Low standards.
This has the aesthetic I like.
That good old Naboo Lake House aesthetic.
That too.
No comment.
At the Menace poster right here.
How is this possible?
You're a Jedi Knight, aren't you?
What makes you think that?
I saw your laser sword. Only Jedis carry that kind of weapon.
That's insane, dude.
I killed the Jedi.
No one can kill a Jedi.
That's really cool.
It's incredible.
Yeah, mural is great.
They get the reflection right. My goodness.
Oh no, it's the mom.
Even the suns above Tatooine needed rest, Denny. You weren't meant to keep burning without end.
I wasn't strong enough to save you, Mom. I've lived with that guilt every day. I promised.
You loved me. That was enough. I left this world with your face in my heart, not your failures. Even the longest journey can be changed with a single step.
You don't know what I've done.
I don't have to know. Luke walks the path you dreamed of, and I can see it calls to you.
I've missed you so much.
This path you walk is not the one I foresaw for you.
That's excellent.
But it is not too late to change
Yes.
course.
Ronan's gonna cry.
The force is a river that flows. You need only let go of your anger, your hate, and let it carry you back to the light.
It is all I have left.
The light you have is more than what you've lost. It is what you can still become. It is the strength to face the storm within you and find peace. Redemption is not for the perfect. It is for the brave. You were meant to rise, not remain buried beneath your pain.
I am beyond redemption. I've done things no one should ever have to live with.
Forgiveness is not something you earn, Anakin. It is something you accept. And it begins with forgiving yourself.
Your strength was never in your power. It was in your heart.
You never understood what it meant to lose everything.
I did, Anakin. I lost you. I lost my brother.
You left me to burn.
Not a day passed that I didn't remember the fire and the look in your eyes as I walked away. You're not bound by the choices you've made. You can still choose what comes next. You may not believe it now, but you are not beyond redemption.
Belief does not undo what I've done.
You were there, Anakin. You saw it. Even as the light faded from her eyes, she still believed there was good in you.
You tell yourself all you have left is anger and hate, but it's not.
It's incredible.
You are the remnants of a man who was weak.
Maybe, but I'm still here, aren't I? Still buried beneath all that armor, all that hate. You've tried to kill me, to silence me, but I don't go away, do I? I'm the part of you that remembers. The part you can't destroy, no matter how hard you try. You know the truth.
And what truth is that?
That you hate yourself more than you ever hated the Jedi. That it wasn't their failure that destroyed her. It was yours. You told yourself you did it for her. That everything you became was to save her. But that wasn't true, was it? You made it about you. Your fear. Your anger. Your need to control what you couldn't bear to lose. And it killed her. You killed her.
I have lived with that truth every day. It is my punishment, my penance. I have accepted it.
If you had, you wouldn't be here. You've spent years trying to forget. But she's still here, isn't she? In the cracks of your armor. In the silence between each breath.
I killed her. There is no forgiveness for that. She was everything to me.
You think this pain honors her? It doesn't. It's only destroying what's left of you. The time will come when you'll stand at the edge of a choice. You'll have to decide whether to keep holding on to the darkness, to the fear that binds you, or to let it go and do what's right for Luke. That moment will reveal the truth about the man who is beneath the armor.
And what if I cannot do that?
Then you'll live knowing you chose not to.
Again. Some dude at his computer made something that enthralled you in a way that megacorps have failed to do in over a decade.
This is the best fan film yet.
Yeah.
I agree.
I need someone. If you guys could send this to me, I'm going to be rewatching.
And,
this.
and same here,
I'm on it.
honestly.
Just his torment is sad.
You can feel the pain.
The violin there. The violin does not make it any better. It sounds
No.
It's like Schindler's List level violin where it sounds like
Yeah.
it's crying, dude. Oh my
Oh,
They get the regal aspect of his figure too. It's excellent.
Wow.
Sebastian Shaw. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Absolute cinema. Absolute.
I know. I
Two
said I
thumbs
felt
up.
the,
That was
the
great.
tears welling up right here. I literally, I'm not kidding, dude. Like I can feel like my eyes getting just a tad bit watery because this is good storytelling. This is like genuinely amazing. Okay, we were talking about before how Lucas was like inspired by like Eastern ideals and faith and whatnot, about balance, and not so much about Western mythology or Western religions and whatnot. I felt so much of like the Western religious concepts like redemption and forgiveness and things like that throughout this whole thing. Yes, this Vader himself was saying that he's not worthy of any of it, but the fact he was confronting the ghosts of his pasts, because it means that in some way, shape, or form, he is seeking it. He's desperately trying to seek it. I can see this as like a scene probably in between episodes 5 and 6 after he reveals that he's Luke's father.
Actually,
and
that's the title of the thing. The title is he visits the tomb before Return of the Jedi.
Okay. No,
That's
I
exactly
hadn't
what it's designed to be.
No, I hadn't seen the title, so that's my fault. But yes, the
As
fact
far,
that
as,
it was
I'm just gonna say, as
designed-
far as I'm concerned, it's canon. This is canon.
I was about to say
that's,
that.
that's all I'm
point.
gonna say.
Yeah.
This is more canon than anything that Disney has made so far. This is far more canon than anything that Disney has made, anything that modern Lucasfilm has made. It's 1,000 times more canon because this is clearly how you would tell a Star Wars story.
It's in the spirit of Star
Absolutely
Wars.
it is.
100%.
Just that scene with him and Obi-Wan, you can feel the tension. You can feel the tension there.
Yes.
Yes.
Like
and
you could, go ahead.
Well, like Ronan touched on as well. Not to get super philosophical about it, but this is something that Lucas and the original creators and all this stuff believe in, this concept called redemption and forgiveness, and nobody's beyond grace, and whatever you want to apply to it. Whereas these new people, they just want a virtue signal, and they want to, once bad, always bad, and then I just hate it.
Or nothing's
It's
bad.
totally inverted. Yeah, nothing's bad, but also you don't have. I don't know. I don't even know what to say. Let's not even talk about the bad stuff. Let's just say this was incredible. This was incredible on its own merit. Forget about comparing it. And like I said, best AI fan film I've seen yet. And in my head canon now, this is the canon between 5 and 6 at this point. So,
oh yeah, absolutely.
like, I'm not even kidding. On a watch, I want to download this video, and on a watch through of all the movies, I want to watch this between 5 and 6 regularly now. Like, it's that good. I love this.
Yeah, this is that was the best one yet.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
And the
Of all
aesthetic
these-
is perfect. Perfect.
Of these AI channels that are doing this stuff, this is my favorite. So I'm really glad I got us to pull up that one, because that one is when I saw it yesterday when it came out, because it pops up from nowhere, like a new Skywalker story. You know damn well I'm stopping what I'm doing. I'm gonna watch it right now. What we got here? I was like, wow. I know. I sent it to you. I think I sent it to you immediately. Like, watch this.
Yeah, it was in there. So this one, I remember I watched this one a while ago. It wasn't bad, but it was pretty decent. But yeah, nothing's
I think
going
I
to
saw
top that.
Theory reacted to this too. That's where I saw it.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
This was great.
He saved me. Do not fear me. Tell Luke to remember that fear is of the dark side.
Who are you?
I am your father, Leia. I am forgiven, but I have much that I wish to atone for. I must clear your heart and your mind of anger. Anger is the dark side, too.
I want you to leave. Disincorporate. Fade out. Or whatever you do.
I think this one was from the
I am no longer the man that you feared. Can you not see me as a stranger, not an old enemy?
You can't restore Alderaan. You can't bring back the people you murdered, or comfort their widows and orphans. You can't undo what you did to the Alliance.
I strengthened the Alliance, although that was not my intent. Leia, things are changing. I may never be able to return to you.
Good.
There is no justifying my actions. Yet Luke saved me from darkness. You must believe me.
I heard him, but I'm not him, or your teacher, or your confessor. I'm only your daughter by a cruel trick of fate.
Of the Force. Even that served a purpose. I am proud of your strengths. I don't ask for absolution. Only your forgiveness.
How about what you did to Han? Are you going to beg him for his forgiveness?
Only through you. My time here is short.
I can almost forgive you torturing me, and the evils you did to other people because those drove so many worlds into the Alliance. But cruelty to Han, no. If you want to go through me, you won't get his forgiveness. Never.
Never's too large a word, my child.
I will never forgive you. Dematerialize. Go away.
Leia, I may not speak to you again, but I'll hear if you call me. If you change your mind, I will be watching.
Pretty solid.
Again,
Pretty
man.
solid, yeah.
Yeah, really
It
solid
got the
stuff.
spirit of it. Aesthetically needs touch-ups, of course, but
Sure.
it got the spirit of it all, you know.
Yeah, as the last relic just said, this is straight out of the EU.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
man.
when you
Yeah,
think
I
of
was
all
like,
things
the
considered,
line sounded familiar.
all things considered, I mean, her father, Anakin, Vader, tortured the shit out of Han in Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
She was
Yep.
there. She heard him screaming for help when Vader was torturing him. She remembers all that, you
Question.
know. Yeah, he blew up her home planet in front of her. Her own father blew up her home planet, and everyone she ever knew and loved died in front of her.
But
at
to
the
be
hands of
fair,
her
that was
father.
Tarkin,
I
not
was gonna
Vader.
say. I was gonna say.
that was
Technically,
I mean, he helped. He was, yeah, he facilitated this. But,
Well,
yeah.
as per Disney, Anakin blew up the Death Star.
This is true according to that the Yord guy. Whatever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I remember that.
Yeah.
Did he say that twice or something?
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Well, and he was the same one. He said, "There's no good and evil." That was,
Oh,
I think,
God.
that was the
Yes,
same guy.
and remember, and that's the same from Leslie Headland, Harvey Weinstein's former personal assistant, who said
Yep.
she loves all of Star Wars,
Yeah.
all of the Star Wars. She has no favorite. She just
All
loves
the
all
What's
of
your
Star
it.
favorite?
Wars,
What's your
man.
favorite Star Wars thing? All of it.
All
No,
of
it's
it.
not.
All of
I would
it.
have to say equal.
Diehard fans,
Exactly.
every diehard fan who genuinely loves all of the actual Star Wars stuff,
Yeah.
still has their favorites. Like, what are you talking about?
We have our
That's the
favorites,
answer
just
of
like
someone who
two-
doesn't know.
Just like 2 and 3 are the best Star Wars of the 6.
Eat
We all
garbage.
have our favorites.
Well,
We all
Yeah,
have
it's
our
just like
favorites.
what's the best? Which Star Trek do you like? All the Star Trek.
All of them.
Voyager,
Really?
Deep Space Nine, Enterprise,
Yeah,
TOS, the movies,
100%.
Next Generation.
Kelvin
Oh, I like them
timeline.
No.
It's crazy. Like I can't remember who said it, but yeah, this makes. I think it was because they were talking on Real BBC regarding the Star Trek and everything, and watching these AI, it just makes me sad for what we could have had. You know,
absolutely.
And
but
AI needed to be here 20 years ago.
the worst part is that it didn't have to be like this. It didn't have to
No.
require AI to make these stories because, mind you, like what Last Relic said, this is from the EU. A good number of these is from the EU, or a good number of this stuff you can say was inspired by the EU. Lucasfilm could have adapted so many stories from the EU to fill the gap from certain story beats that existed within the Skywalker saga, or to tell completely new stories. You could have done all of that. You had a plethora of works to be able to do that, and plenty of time to do that. But instead, you rehash the same crap with the sequel trilogy while also butchering and destroying everything that had come before. And if that wasn't bad enough, you also decided that you were going to burn the extended universe into ashes.
Yes.
But funny enough,
To
you go
replace it
back.
with geode.
Well, the funny thing is you go back to those ashes and you pick up whatever's left, so you can cherry pick. Like that's why we see Thrawn.
Well,
and
they're
Ahsoka.
robbing. They're grave robbing too, exactly. And
There you
that's why
go.
Ryan Kendall says he hated Disney before they even made Force Awakens or any of that. He said because they killed the EU before they did anything.
Yeah.
And he says he knew right off the bat then it was going to be terrible. But Angry Badger mentioned like over a week ago, he said, how cool is it in like 5 years when we have more powerful AI, we can pour an entire EU book as prompts into an AI. Just every page of a book, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. And AI might be advanced enough where it just puts out like a mini movie for us out of
exactly.
Well,
Mhm.
how
That could be
good
pretty
was
cool.
the old Republic? Remember they did the mini mini movie,
Yes.
and then they had those other army type
cinematics.
clones. Yeah, it was fantastic. It was perfect. You know, that's what you want more of, and we're not getting that. We're getting this stupid Mando movie coming out that who cares about. You got
haven't even heard of
got
it.
this last Starfighter, and of course now they're saying there's going to be Jedi in it, and of course they're putting it looks like Tom Cruise is in it to make it relevant, so people will go
Okay, so
watch it.
To be a little fair, is that Tom Cruise being in the movie is more like Tom Cruise got a chance to shoot.
He was a
an
cinematographer.
action scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a cinematographer for an action scene in Starfighter. But aside from that, yeah, the fact that they have to attach Tom Cruise's name for the production of it is an act of desperation, I would say.
Which I just want to say too. One thing you could say is story dialogue aside, you would hope, oh, maybe we get a good fight scene out of it. But as long as they're refusing to hire Nick Gillard, the choreographer from the prequels, who's still around and still active and still actively doing his job, they're refusing to hire him. So Star Wars Theory has hired him and is collaborating with him, and they're making projects. And if people don't know, for Vader Episode 2 and 3, Theory's next fan films, Nick Gillard is the choreographer for those animated fan films.
Oh, nice.
He choreographed the fight scenes that they're putting into CGI for those movies that Theory's making. So that's actually the same guy that choreographed the prequels, the fights we love. Battle of the Fates, Battle of Heroes, and Revenge of the Sith. We are going to see more fight scenes from him in Theory's fan films coming out soon.
Oh man, one of
So
the things
how
that hurts
incredible
me
is
the
that?
most is like seeing how all the stuff that they cut out of the footage from like the fight scenes in there. I'm like, wow, they're cool as they are, but there was something truly amazing that they were just like, oh, that's a bit too much, don't you think? I'm like, no, put it back, give it.
People don't realize too, in the Battle of Mustafar, there was supposed to be a massive like lava scorpion monster that comes out of the lava, like a scorpion essentially, massive. That while they were like halfway through the fight, they're trying to kill each other. Obi-Wan and Anakin had to team up one last time, and then mutually take down this monster, then get back to killing each other. It would have been an interesting story narrative, an alternate take. It would have been.
Well, I even excuse me. I love the scenes where they're doing the I guess the forming of the alliance when Padme is meeting with Mon Mothma and everybody.
Yes.
You know, I love those scenes. You know, those are pretty cool. Like,
oh, what was it? The Committee of the 3000 or something?
yes, Committee of 3000.
Yeah, those were cut. Yeah.
You know, and then even with when Grievous killed the first Jedi.
Shakti.
Shakti.
One of her many deaths in canon.
Yes.
Yeah. And then Obi-Wan and Anakin escaping through like the sewage or whatever.
The fuel.
The tunnels. The fuel, yes.
Anakin
And,
has much still to
multiple
learn.
scenes.
That will never hold. And then it holds. It's like, all right, I have much to learn. Let's keep
Yeah, this is a good scene.
Welding with a lightsaber. Why the hell not? Don't see why not.
Well, I don't think. I think I'm. I don't know if I mentioned this, but I think I mentioned it on. I can't remember which stream or whatever, but the Attack of the Clones, because I remember seeing that in IMAX, and it was a short. The movie was short because I remember a bunch of us went to watch it, and we're like, how come this movie ended a lot sooner than it did? Because they were only able to digitalize so much of the film. So the movie was like only like an hour and like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So because the digital copy, they had to cut it down, but it was really cool, like just seeing that, going through that process. So it was pretty
awesome. Yeah, I've only gotten to see episode 1 and 3 re-released in theaters. I want to see.
Same with me. I'm waiting for Attack of the Clones.
Me too. I don't know if they're going to do it. I mean, the 25th anniversary is next year, so we'll have to see. But
let's hope.
I would assume they did because think about this: when Revenge of the Sith came out in May, because I went to go watch it because it was my birthday, and I was like, I'm watching this movie. It pulled in like 50 million.
Yeah.
And that's why.
And they only had it in for a few days too.
Yeah, and that was like they should have brought it out. They should have left it running to its release date. But the funny thing was,
it was going to outperform Disney stuff.
It embarrassed them. Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, because I can't remember whose stream it was, but I think it was one of Ryan's, because I think it was Daily. They were talking about no, this was 2025 at the end, like December. They were talking about what was the best movies you saw in 2025. Yep. I said Revenge of the Sith.
Totally agree.
And then everyone's like, well, it's still a re-release.
The question was, what movie it was on in 2025? Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm glad I got to see my favorite movie of all time in theaters finally, because I didn't get to see it when it first came out. So finally got to see it
on a big screen, watching that opening scene with the vintner coming in
with the drums beating on the sound system.
You can't beat that. You like, and then when you watch the sequels, it's just like, what is this garbage?
I know. There's no heart to it at all.
Yeah,
it's garbage.
There's none. Like even in Empire Strikes Back, when the Star Destroyer comes in, and then it just slowly comes in, and even with A New Hope, same thing. That first battle scene, it was just like, yes.
The battle scene, in Revenge of the Sith opening with the they have essentially the artillery fire going back and forth.
Yeah,
they're putting in the shell casings. It kicks them out. It's like, that's freaking badass.
I wish, and again, I wish that was a longer space battle.
Me too. Dude, I wish counted those great scenes of the clones getting blown up.
Yeah,
in like that, it's like a half a second clip, and then boom, flash, next thing. It's I want to see more clone stuff.
Yeah, I would have made that scene like 45 minutes.
Hell
just back and forth with Star Destroyers going at it.
At least should have made extended editions, since they were all the rage at the time anyway.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There's just so much. I know there was just so much, but no, this has been another great stream.
Yeah.
For doing the prequels. It was good. Hopefully we'll get some more AI before Disney shelves all this stuff. Tries to shelve it.
Yeah.
True.
But
where there's a will, there's a way, though. Fans will keep it going.
I want to play one more. I want to play this one again one more time before we sign off. Because like I said, I've only saw it like once, the second time, but it's just pretty cool. And for some of the other people who came into the chat, but I just
Oh,
find this
phenomenal.
one fascinating. Yeah.
Ooh.
I just think
Yeah,
this
this
one's
one
cool.
gave me goosebumps.
Must. Hear me. Hear me, Master. Must.
Wait, have we seen this one already, or is this a different
Yeah.
one?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
just playing it again
Oh, playing it one more time. Okay, yeah.
How long are you going to
before we end.
Qui-Gon. No. This can't be. It can't be real.
And yet, here I am. I've watched you from beyond. You've lost yourself, Master.
Don't call me that. That title died the same day you did.
You turned your back on the light.
The light betrayed us, my friend. The Jedi Council was nothing more than corruption dressed in robes and ceremony.
And yet, you became the very thing you once despised.
I acted. I chose to break the chains.
And in breaking them, you forged new ones. Do you truly believe the darkness serves you?
Spare me the Jedi righteousness. You never fit their mold either. You questioned them, like I did.
But questioning is not abandoning. I saw the cracks, but I never stopped believing in balance. You stopped believing in everything.
You were like a son to me, Qui-Gon. And they let you die. They did nothing.
And that pain twisted you. I understand. But I did not ask you to avenge me, especially not like this.
Then why are you here?
Because there's still a part of you that remembers who you were before the shadows consumed you.
That man is gone.
That's phenomenal.
That's
Yeah.
so good. That's so good.
Oh god, it's great.
Like it's just yeah.
I just can't wait till they
Dooku is
get
one of
the
my favorite Star Wars.
animation better.
Dooku's one of the best.
Oh,
Dooku's
Yeah. Oh,
great.
Duke. Like I said, Dooku is one of my favorite. I wish we saw him more in. I wish we had him in Phantom Menace.
I
I
agree.
wish we had him more in Revenge of the Sith. His acting, like Christopher Lee, is just a phenomenal.
Christopher Lee might be my favorite actor of all time.
Yeah.
Very
He's-
easily.
he's hard
and
to
on my list to acquire too, I want to purchase a Star Wars Theory Sabers Dooku saber. That's because that saber's one of the best. Yeah. I really
Yes.
would like to get one of those at some point.
Yeah, Star Wars Theory. He was at MegaCon last year selling his sabers. He had
So
line-
you're
he had a
saying you'll
lineup.
be angry if I get one at MegaCon this year?
Yeah. he had a lineup around his lineup was long.
He has a long
Yes.
line every.
Maybe I'll just
Yeah.
wait to buy it until I can see him in person and get him to sign it.
Yeah.
Too. May as
Yeah.
well because he does that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that'd be awesome.
Well,
Hell yeah.
guys,
Well, this was a fun
has
stream.
been a great stream again. You know,
Another
we
good
gotta.
one.
I guess we'll be going into episode 3 next time. This has been great. Chell, what are you up to? What do you got going on next?
I don't regularly stream, but when I do, it's normally with Cornboy. If we're doing something like either Fallout 76 or most of the time Mario Kart. So
cool.
Yeah, he has a
Is
channel.
that it?
Check it out. What is it?
It's my name on here -1 at YouTube.
You know what? I didn't put anyone's thing in the stream, but I got to get that going for next time. Isaac, what do you have going on?
As always, every Monday night, Golden Age podcast. You can see a lot of us on there, and we're going to be talking regular current events. A lot of I'm going to be doing a lot more random streams throughout the week too. Got to rack up those watch hours, and name is the same as on the screen here. So, had a blast returning to this stream. I love talking the prequels. It brings up great memories, but we're also making new ones associated with these timeless stories. And also in a half hour, I'm going to be on Nerd Wars talking politics. So you can check us out there.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Very nice.
Lex, what do you got going on?
Ahoy! You can find me on Sundays on a very degenerate show over on Multi Molly's channel, and then on Mondays on an even worse show called Golden Age Podcast. That
Horrible show.
Just crossed 500 subscribers, thanks to, in no small part, to the help of our good friend Jay Drunk 3PO. if you guys haven't heard, he's got a book, Daughter's Revenge, that's coming out. You should go check that out. It's on.
I hear it's about pirates.
It is about
I
pirates.
hear it is.
You should go scope that out right now. Other than that, you can find me belittling Isaac every chance I get in every comment section on YouTube and over on Twitter. You can find me by the name of Lex Ledendi literally everywhere. That's me.
Awesome. Ronan.
Yes. So I have a YouTube channel myself. It's just simply Ronan the Crusader. I also have a Kick channel, which is also Ronan the Crusader. I have an X account, which is Ronan _ Crusader 7. So it's a little different. But yeah, you can find me on all those different platforms. I'll be doing my own streams as well, either playing OG Fallout, Death Stranding, or Claire Obscure Expedition 33, like I was yesterday. It's a lot of fun. You can also find me, if you'd like, on the GCA Discord, the For the Homies Discord, because I'm also a member of For the Homies podcast. We also have our weekly game streams on every Saturday. So if you guys are interested in checking that out too, that's fun. I'll be there as well all the time. And I will be in Isaac's channel once again on Monday for the Golden Age podcast, since I'm a regular over there too. Yep.
And we appreciate it. Got some Hispanic representation. So
And Corn Boy.
Well, first of all, since I told y'all I had some action figures from episode 1 last time and couldn't find them, I actually did find them. So
really,
without further ado, we have
all right.
Ooh, nice.
the young Annie, the Mace Windu,
with his blue lightsaber.
Yes.
Before it was purple. Nice.
Kia D Mundi.
Nice.
Got Qui-Gon.
Very nice. Very nice.
And I've got Jar Jar.
Heck yeah.
He's a big toy now.
Darth Maul.
Darth Maul.
Very nice. Very good stuff right there. That's cool.
That's awesome.
Only one I'm missing is Obi-Wan. I never got to get him.
Well,
Might have to check out eBay.
Better start hunting.
See if they got him at MegaCon.
But yeah, I'll be on Isaac's show every Monday, and you can follow me on X, Cornboy, and whenever I decide to do a gaming stream or whatnot, I'll always be playing against Geeks and Gamers when they play Mario Kart World. So if you see them playing, check me out as well.
Awesome. Well, chat, thanks for joining us. Guys, thanks for being here. We'll have do episode 3 eventually soon, and everyone have a good night, and we will talk to you soon.
Heck yeah.
Take care,
everyone.
Anniversary to G.I. Joe. 199, yo Joe. 40th anniversary. Huh?
No, a real American hero. That's what he means.
Oh.
A-R. Yeah, a real American hero.
I thought that was just like coming from the perspective of a Chinese Muslim. Like, praise Allah. That's what I thought that was.
I'm sorry, she made it wrong, but then when you brought the Chinese Muslim into it.
There you go. Praise Allah. Come get my she chicken.
Oh, shit.